Runs well. We saw Mahesh delivering that cross with his right. Remember, he's equally good with both feet. Which means that even if he does switch flanks, he's equally potent, something that the Mohunbagan defense will have to remember.
Now Aldred and Ahatad clearly not friends.
This all began as the whistle for the first half blew, and you could see them having a bit of a chat heading into the dressing room. This is what caused it. Aldred squaring up to Haddad, and it's like both of them want to show who's boss, but equally cognizant of the fact that anything more than that will get them in the book.
The referee's going to have a chat with him. You can unfollow each other on Instagram, but no more fighting on the pitch.
Yeah, they do well to curb their instinct to fight on the pitch as well.
But you want this in a derby, isn't it? As onlookers, even as fans of either of the two clubs, you want to watch a little bit of spice in this game.
It's inevitable. It's inevitable that this happens in a Kolkata derby.
Oof. Shalketu is off his line. That's why the attempt from Figueira.
And the high standards that Figueira does set for himself will explain that frustrated reaction.
Crespo over the top. That off at the run, brings it down expertly. Figueira unable to replicate the first touch quality of Ahadad.
But Ahadad just brought that ball down so beautifully. He's been with Aldred throughout the game. This time manages to just nick it in front of him. Great touch, but Figueira couldn't do enough with it. Looks a bit like Kingsley Coman.
And now East Bengal are also back in this half. Don't want to be under pressure for too long under Molina's Mohunbagan, against Mohunbagan rather. Just a reminder, East Bengal go through if it stays like this. And that's on goal difference. Oscar Bruzon making it very clear that he's not a coach who will ever defend. But situationally, if it stays like this and then it goes into the last 10 odd minutes, he might change his philosophy. Cleared away by Subhashish Bose.
Yeah, Haddad could have read that just a second earlier. Clever little incisive ball. Once again reversed for him. Mopped up by the Mohunbagan defense.
Thapa's having a good game as well. And for Bagan. Some really good set pieces. Very aware of possession and how to keep the ball. His partnership with the Puya. That'll keep growing.
As the Puya once again just about accidentally steps on Sal Crespo. He is in the team to do that as well. As good as he is on the ball, Puya. Someone who's of course come into his own. So many fouls in the first half. A bit of this, a bit of that. Oscar Bruzon animated as ever on the touchline, and with each foul his expressions got even more animated. Almost like he's kicking every ball. Wonder how many calories he's burnt on that touchline already. More than Prabhusukan for sure.
He'll be okay with that. He doesn't want his keeper to burn too many calories. Rashid. Figuera. Nice little stop-start movement that he has, but there were options. Clipped over the dot for Bipin, who will want to shift this on his right. Mahesh has got Gupta for company. Very smartly done, and almost managing to find Bipin with that pass slipped in. Mehta was there to stop it.
Yeah, any other player might have just played that ball at the expected time, but Mahesh just waits for a second longer. Now gives away a foul. Him and Sahal coming together.
There's been a battle that Mahesh against Sahal.
Mahesh also seemed to be holding on to Sahal's foot for a wee bit longer than he should have.
Any pass from Manveer. Rashid getting ahead of him. Ahadad can chase off. Aldred forces him to put it out of play.
We'll do different.
Bipin. Crespo. Kind of service. Thapa again. He's asking for Manveer to stay wide. Almost tripped in the turf again, Manveer. Someone who likes to gallop ahead, which is not really helping him.
Yeah, we expected Mehta to sort his feet out for that, but probably not the best player for that. We saw the pitch chopping up once again, Pula, and it's not really helping either team. Like we said, yet to see what mohunbagan will do differently.
Liston. Stopped by Sibiye.
Excellent this whole game, Sibiye.
That's very clean, very neat.
Not the tallest. Very good on the ball.
And now Bipin. Early ball in. Mahesh just couldn't set himself up. Rashid goes for it. Ahadad! Banged over by Vishal Kaif. And he was onside as well.
Snatched at that, Ahadad. And could have given East Bengal a huge advantage in this game. Mahesh might have overthought that one. Takes a little bit longer to make a decision, and Ahadad was clearly onside. He would have loved to score that, especially as his nemesis in this game, Aldred, was the one who missed the ball, but just doesn't place it anywhere left or right to the keeper. Goes straight at him.
It's going to be a corner with an argon. East Bengal have had a big moment. Good delivery. Header straight to Vishal Kaif from Jai Gupta. Oof, two big moments in the space of a minute, and now something at the other end, and Jimmy McLaren eventually stopped.
It's again a huge moment for East Bengal, and someone's gone down again, right at the ref's feet. Sibiye.
Jai Gupta in the book for that foul. This one
Yeah, Jay Gupta, even though he'll try and justify that, still he got something on the man and good header, good technique on that. But Jay Gupta just leaned in with his elbow, which is why the yellow card came out of Harish Kundu's pocket.
Jason Cummings will be coming on for Sahal Abdul Samad.
Yeah, it's a big moment for Jason Cummings. They'll need the joker in the pack to make his mark. Sahal's race his run. Saw him occupying a few good positions, but couldn't really have a big impact on this game. That's when you need players like Jason Cummings to step up. That's what he's brought on for, to be able to make the difference as he did on so many occasions last season in the ISL. A big half an hour ahead for Cummings.
Was used very effectively last season to make an impact off the bench. Those were also the days of Greg Stewart when he was available. Both of them had a really good chemistry building. Listed. Cummings.
Yeah, you can expect Cummings to float around the box. McLaren's position is rooted.
Rashid just taking his time inside his own box. Rodriguez. Mehta.
Jay Gupta, neither player is going to back down from that. Oscar Bruce on. Picture says it all. The shirt pulling going on and Oscar Bruce on. Appealing to the referee to spot that. Both players were at it, to be fair.
Liston. Cummings. Sabir stops him. Atuya's turn is expertly executed. Cummings again looking for Manveer, who can go up high, but so can Jai Gupta.
Good ball there by Cummings. Good shape on that. Had plenty of time. Jai Gupta also expertly following Manveer Singh. Just does enough to put him off. You want to see Cummings driving with the ball as well. He's come on. He's already put in a couple of crosses. But needs to remind himself that he really is capable of doing it all on his own, if required.
Cummings. And Thapa over the top. Too much on there. Probably expected Manveer to be there. And McLaren also asking the same question of Manveer. Jamshedpur against Inter Kashi tomorrow evening at 4:30 p.m. This group is done and dusted. Another chance for Stephen Dias to test his methods and whether they work. And then in the evening, FC Goa against Northeast United. I wonder whether Manolo Marquez will rest some of his key players. There's always entertainment when Northeast are playing, so keep an eye on that. Ajare as well shall be playing.
Both sides losing the ball easily. Clever leave by Thapa to Apuya, but as they lose the ball, it's Bengal construct another attack. Cummings. Thapa. Liston. Quickly blocked by Anwar Ali. And now Mehtab. Liston was brought down by Miguel Figuera. Who's also having a go at one of his own players. Yet remember, Figuera is still on a yellow. His leg might have just caught Liston's head. And Anwar Ali comes out like a horse unleashed from the stable, closing it down. I wonder whether Figuera just stumbled into Colasso. That's probably what happened. That is clearly what happened. And this is a great range. Both for Cummings and possibly even for Liston, if he can execute one of those knuckleballs. Or maybe go the other side of Prabhsukhan Gill. Remember, he's a left-sided player. Takes a slightly central position. Liston leaves it. Cummings goes for it. The wall comes out before time, and it'll be retaken. Yeah, now that's been hit. Dealt a painful one. The referee just disciplining that ill-disciplined East Bengal wall. It's in their interest to not do it again. There's usually a penalty of the ball being slightly closer. They're taking it from the same spot. Because the wall is also inside the box in this scenario. This time it's Liston again, same result. Done legally though. He's put that back into the box, and the flag did not go up against Aldred. And which is why the East Bengal players just demanding some kind of action. Let's see this replay. Was he offside or not? He's on. Aldred is on. Yeah, and East Bengal would do well to focus on the task at hand. And the players' reactions also rubbing off into the stands as East Bengal fans also incensed at the linesman. Also tells you how much is riding on this game. It might be good for East Bengal and their mentality right now to stop thinking of this as an us versus them scenario. Because the minute that starts happening, starts getting into the head, and then one might do things they might not if they were not thinking that everything was going against them. So a little bit of emotional control is required at this point because they're playing ever so well. Now here's a sprint. Sabia just says, stop running guys, I've got this. McLaren. Cummings.
No foul! No foul!
Yeah, well, 70 minutes gone. Still deadlocked at 0-0. Mohunbagan have 20 minutes plus added time to make a difference. Else they can say goodbye to the Super Cup. And they'd hate to say goodbye to the Super Cup at the expense of East Bengal.
Mehtab. Manveer unable to control that. Thapa. Haddad against Aldred. This time Aldred with a foul.
Yeah, they've been going at each other the entire game. Other than Aldred. Aldred clearly has his hands over Haddad.
Here's Ibusuke. Hiroshi Ibusuke, who has scored goals for Japan at under 19 and under 23 level. Warming up just in case Hamid Haddad needs to come off.
Yeah, got off the mark in the 4-0 win against Chennai in the Super Cup. A neat little penalty.
Crespo. Bipin just had to stop his run. Waiting for a slightly earlier pass. Unable to get away from Mehtab. Again, CB in the way. He's looking good at the back in his partnership with Anwar Ali. There's another foul given away by Haddad.
Just gets his knee at the back of Abuya. There's Haddad. How do Mohunbagan switch it up now? Got to do something different.
Straight into the box. Maybe something like that. More direct.
Yeah, when they do get it in more direct, you also need Jason Cummings and Jimmy McLaren to be making those runs for the cushioned header back in. Then you see two game changers coming on. In fact, three. Deepak Tangri also being readied, along with Robson Rubinho and Petratos.
McLaren buying some time. It's a good ball as well. Cleared away by Anwar Ali. Jose Molina in conversation with the three changes who will be coming on. Thapa, Manveer and Liston are all coming off. Nice ball forward for Haddad, who is up against Aldred. Saul Crespo trying to get stuck in, and out comes Vishal Kath.
Yeah, right idea by Saul Crespo. You can see he was leaving it for the on-rush and Bipin Singh. Just not enough pace on the ball for him to dummy it. We were just talking about what Mohunbagan can do differently as more subs are getting readied. I can't think of any other reason but legs.
Nice give and go. Here's Liston. Blasts it over.
We've seen it all too often with Liston in this game. Thapa with a neat little first touch pass to Liston. Just couldn't gauge the bounce of the ball well enough. Thapa's had a good game.
Big changes, of course. Robson, Rubinho and Miguel Figueira played together. The same side which beat Mohunbagan in the AFC Cup a couple of seasons ago. Both of them having played 44 games together and nearly 4,000 minutes now on different sides, and couldn't be more different. Absolute rivals. And of course, Timmy Petratos needs a big moment. He's had a few against East Bengal. Almost seems like a little kickstart required for him to get back to his best.
Petratos really needs that. You can expect to see Deepak Tangdi slot in deep with more attacking changes be bombing up.
Cummings. Rashid and Saul Crespo deal with that. Nicely into the gap. Bipin. Gupta. Ibusuki is also ready to come on for the red and golds. Robson. Petratos for Jason Cummings, and Robson skipping away and then blocked in the end. It was probably his former teammate who blocked that shot from him.
Big block to prevent mohunbagan Supergiant from getting a shot on target. As Cummings, shot is blocked, and Anwar Ali throwing every sinew, every muscle at Robson Rubinho to make sure that his former side can't gain the advantage in this Kolkata derby. Anwar has personal skin in the game.
Robson sends it in. Really good ball. Crespo clears. Here's Petratos. Now Apuya. And Deepak lofts it back in towards Cummings, who's left it for Dimi Petratos. Sent all the way back by Rakib.
So well done by Rakib.
Foul inside the box.
And the frustration grows for the Mariners.
So PV Vishnu, that exciting winger, coming on for Bipin. And Hamid Ahadad will be making way for Hiroshi Ibusuki, who also has experience in the La Liga. One appearance against Real Betis at the beautiful Estadio de la Cartuja. What a journeyman. Time in Spain, time in Australia, 30 goals for Adelaide United as well. Now let's see what the 34-year-old can do for a Kolkata Giant.
Thrown into the mixer in what is a crucial derby.
Mehtab's won most of his one-on-one tackles, not just against Vishnu, even against Bipin.
Mehta brings that centre-back mentality at right back, and as all good right backs, knows that nothing should come down his side.
And now this brings us back to the question we asked Oscar Bruzon before the game. What if it's 0-0 or 1-1? What if it's a draw? And there's 10 odd minutes left to play.
And what do you say?
And look at the situation, and of course there's no shame in defending, getting a point and getting through, whatever works. But it doesn't look like the team is parking the bus, far from.
And sometimes when you park the bus, you invite even more pressure onto yourself.
Nice turn from Crespo. Here's Figueira. Wins the free kick. Fouled by his former teammate.
Probably happened a lot in training for Bashundra Kings once upon a time. Clear foul by Robson on his former teammate. His head coach be telling him, I didn't bring you on to do that. Although the intent was right, he was trying to win the ball back for his team, but then once again this slows down the game, works into East Bengal's advantage, who aren't chasing the game, very happy with status quo as it is. Robson did have a chance, which was blocked by Anwar Ali.
Ibusuki. Strong. And bundled over by Mehtab in the end.
Ibusuki's big frame seemed to go down in slow motion, but good strength initially.
Vishnu gets away from Mehtab this time and sends something very meaningful inside Aldred with a diving header.
There's a few good left feet in this East Bengal team. Vishnu, one of them. Mahesh, the other. Jay Gupta.
Figuera. Anwar Ali at the back.
Left foot FC.
East Bengal at this point believe that attacking Mohunbagan is the best way of defending the scoreline. You were right when you said that if they go into a low block and try to be happy with 0-0, just allow Mohunbagan more time and space to come at them.
Yes, because playing a certain way has brought them to this point, 83 minutes in. Why would you want to do anything else? Anything different?
That said, it might be good practice, especially in a longer league, for Oscar Bruzon to start believing in some defensive principles as well. We all know he likes to joke that he cannot coach a team defensively, but they've been very solid so far at the back. And here's an example.
Yes, Anwar Ali once of Mohunbagan colours, now switching over. Did everything he could do to block that. Like we said, once players do switch over to their rivals, they have a point to prove.
Ibusuki.
There's no lack of fight from Ibusuki. Something happened off the ball again. Saul Crespo, the captain. What's happened there? He seems to be holding his groin. Something he felt at some point.
Yes, it is the adductor.
Not a great time to go off after the game you've had.
Also, it's about his presence, even in the air. And surely Oscar Bruzon knows there'll be some more defending to do for East Bengal as they enter these last few minutes. And it's an immediate sign to make a change. It's just such an annoying muscle that it's very small, about 2 or 3 inches. But it completely changes in the movement of your leg. There's just no internal rotation that you can do. You have to lift the entire leg. It's just such an annoying injury to have that. And Oscar Bruzon will be hoping it's not serious because they take time. But when you have this man's commitment as an option, he'll feel safe as well.
No lack of commitment in this East Bengal side. And yeah, Cresto suffered a bad one. He's being strapped up on the stretcher.
Yeah, he won't be able to lift that foot for a while.
Seems like you speak from personal experience, Pula.
Just a general interest in muscular injuries. Here's Aldred. Ibusuki. If he only looks up, and he has looked up, and PV Vishnu is through. Just had to cut it back. Shot incoming. Vishnu just doing well to keep possession. Mahesh. He had two options. One was to take it into the corner, buy a few seconds, kill the clock. The other was cross it in.
Take a look at this pass by Ibusuki. Just perfectly in the path of PV Vishnu, who cuts it back, lays it off for the on-rushing Figuera. And there he is. A classic destroyer.
Now some urgency required for mohunbagan Super Giant. They haven't had a chance in a while. East Bengal have defended with full marks. But the sheer winning mentality, the quality of the match winners Bagan have on the pitch right now can always be a problem. Game can go away in the space of a few seconds. Rakib does well to stay on his feet.
And as we head into the last few moments of this game, the job still remains the same for mohunbagan as it started. One goal. One goal can still change this entire scenario. But I will leave you with the thought, Villa. If mohunbagan do get knocked out by East Bengal, that's not going to be taken well by their supporters.
Altered over the top. Easy for Anwar. And Shovik went up, so did Deepak. It's a foul and a free kick. Edmund is coming on for Mahesh. Just changed on the throw in. Did eventually come off Mahesh. That's his last contribution as well. Suhail is also coming on for mohunbagan. Mahesh has exited. Edmund comes on. Perfect player for a quick break forward.
Jersey number 10, Edmund Nandija is hit.
Ibusuki losing out in that battle. The foul was given. Suhail Ahmed Bhatt, rising young Indian striker. Excellent campaign for the under-23s. Sovik, Rashid just kept in. Figuera, Sovik, this little step on the toe. There's the change. Subhashish Bose going off for a striker. Wondering whether it's a change which is too late. And the message will be there might be one more chance. Suhail could possibly take it. The sharp finishing skills he has. Anwar Ali smashes it away. Ibusuki takes it past Apuya and goes slightly central, and then wins a corner for his side. Really good work from the Japanese. A little problem in the middle of the park. Sibi clutching his shoulder. Here's Figuera. Another throw in. Expertly managed by East Bengal these last 15 odd minutes. So Oscar Bruzon can coach a team to shut shop and defend well. But he's done it without going into a low block. He's continued to hold his slightly higher line. And you can defend with the same attacking principles. And that's been really good to watch. Not getting nervous. Having a plan. Vishal Kaith picks it up. Adds a lot of distance to the ball. McLaren's in the box and mohunbagan Supergiant have a corner. Petrato sends it in. Well defended. Settles for a throw. Here's Suhail. And Miguel Figuera helping out Rakib. But then Robson picks it up. A little deflection. Aldred, Mehtab and Jai Gupta, and enough on the ball to send it away. One more move. Mehtab with the long ball. Anwar puts it out. And East Bengal are through to the semi-finals of the Super Cup 2025-26. Oscar Bruzon built a temple of sturdy engineering tonight. And he has shown that by attacking you can defend. Jose Molina and company had no answer to the plan. This is a sign of utilitarian heftiness shown by the red and golds, something that hasn't been seen in years. And despite knowing that they needed just a draw, they came here to win, and it is that attitude that has taken them through to the last four. Mohunbagan Supergiant knocked out in the group stages. East Bengal feel the same feelings they did 2 editions ago in this same tournament. But this time it's slightly newer. It's more maverick. It's a temple of sturdy engineering.
But this time it's slightly newer. It's more maverick. It's